The person with the leverage dictates the terms. And if I don't need any one person, if I don't need to start a business with one person, if I don't need any one customer, if I don't need any one capital partner, if I have options, I have red button control. I have red button control. You don't like my terms? That's fine. No disrespect, but I'm pushing the red button and I'm moving on. Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address, and you get a email right away with a 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes, and you're going to get that document for free. I have something I like to call the red button rule, and it is my life goal. My life goal has been, hey, if the phone rings at any time and somebody's name is on that phone and I don't want to talk to them or I'm busy, I can push the red button. Any one individual, if I don't want to talk to them anymore, they're stressing me out, they're being rude, I can push the red button. And I'm talking about everybody, anybody. Almost everybody has those people that if they call, you have to take the call. No matter how stressed out you are, no matter how much you don't want to talk to them, or no matter how busy you are, you have to take the call. My job throughout life has always been, hey, keep working to where I have enough leverage, I have enough going on that there's not a single one person who can have a direct negative impact on my life. One person, any one person tries to take me down and they can't. The other end of the other extreme, and I'm there right now. There's not a single person, there's not one of my investors, one of my partners, one of my customers. I don't have a boss in my company. I don't directly report to anybody. But any of those people, for a lot of folks, if they call and they are upset at you, they want to fire you, they want to quit working with you, whatever it might be, you have to take the call. And their decisions, their emotions, their greed, their anger, their instability, people are very unpredictable. These folks can and will eventually have control over your life. On one end of the extreme is having a boss. If you work for somebody, they are your direct report. Maybe they own your business. They have complete control. If they all of a sudden don't like you, if they all of a sudden get upset about you, if they all of a sudden want you to be gone, guess what? You're going to be gone. That person holds the power. That one person with their own agenda, with their own emotions, holds the power over you. So if they call, at any time, if they call, you have to answer. You have to push the green button. My goal has always been, hey, the least I'm dependent on other people. I can't control other people. I can't control what other people want. I can't control how other people feel. So the least control that they have over me, the better, because people are unpredictable. So my goal is anybody, I don't ever have to push that green button. I can always push the red one. One example, this is a boss. If you work for somebody, you're at their mercy. They have complete control. In some businesses, it's a major customer. One customer makes up 10, 20, 30% of your revenue, almost all your profit. That customer calls, you got to push the green button. Another one could be a business partner, an investor. You took venture capital money from one giant investor and all of a sudden you got yourself a boss. In my business, real estate private equity, I've been approached by a lot of big groups. Hey, Nick, I want to invest massive amounts of capital with Bolt. I want you to stop calling all other investors. I can handle all your fundraising. We want to be your capital partner. But I know deep down that means I would suddenly have a green button problem. That if that investor had a change of heart, they didn't like me, they wanted me to do something different, they do have a lot of power and a lot of control over me. The other end of the spectrum, if I have 300 investors and they're all small investors and not a single one of them has more than 5% of our raised capital, which is our case right now, I have red button control. I can push the red button on my phone when any one of my investors calls. Obviously, I don't do that. I do talk to my investors. But if one of them changed their minds, if one of them tried to take me down, if one of them saw a tweet of mine on Twitter that they didn't like, they didn't agree with, I don't care. So that's something that you need to think about as you build your business, as you work towards what I consider the ultimate freedom. The ultimate freedom is the red button rule. Any one human being calls you on their phone, you can push the red button if you want to. Now, I'm not at all advocating for you to ignore people. I'm not at all advocating for you to trust people and to build partnerships with people. But the more partners you have, the more eggs you have in one basket, the more, the more limited you are in the people you can raise capital from, the more often you have a green button problem. And then what happens is things change. You might mess up. You might make a mistake. You might say something where you get fired, obviously. That happens a lot to a lot of people. The business plan may change. A customer may leave you. A capital partner might have a change of plans. Oh yeah, Nick, I know I talked a big game about being your number one capital partner when you're raising money for real estate, but guess what? Our fund got hit. Our capital pulled out. We're out of the game. What if for 3 years I had only went to that one group to raise money? And I ignored all my other investors like they wanted me to. They talked a big game. Oh, it'd be so easy. All of a sudden then I'm screwed. That one person had such a negative effect on my life that it keeps me from putting food on the table for my family and my employees. So that makes it really hard. Another part of this is the dependence that you have on these people is, something that you kind of get used to. You get used to being, you get used to having a boss. You get used to answering to other people, and you're no longer diversified. And one person changes their mind or their opinion, and all of a sudden it's totally different for you. So that's why we've elected to raise money from a lot of different investors. Another big thing about this that people forget is if I have one partner, one capital partner, one giant customer, they have the leverage. Okay, who has the leverage and the ability to make decisions, and who has the leverage in a negotiation? An employment contract is a negotiation. Raising capital on what terms? That's a negotiation. How much a customer pays you? That's a negotiation. So if you have one customer that's 20% of your business or 50% of your business, they're going to have all the leverage. Just like how Walmart has all the leverage when they beat up retailers and, product people. They know that everybody has to be in Walmart, so they're going to beat you up to your very last dollar. Or Walmart's just not going to carry you. Walmart has all the leverage. Walmart has millions of suppliers or hundreds of thousands of suppliers, so they don't need you. They don't need you or your product. All of a sudden, if they do need you, they have the terms. They can beat you up. So if we had one investor and they wanted to give us all the capital, guess what? They'd come in and they'd say, Nick, your 50% promote, that's way too high. I want a 35% promote. Or that 35% promote, that's way too high. I want a 20% promote. Your acquisition's too high. We need to have that. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting beat up on my prices. Partners, if you need a specific partner, if you have to have either a capital partner or a partner in one of your businesses, if you have to have that partner, guess what? They have the leverage and they dictate the terms. The person with the leverage dictates the terms. And if I don't need any one person, if I don't need to start a business with one person, if I don't need any one customer, if I don't need any one capital partner, if I have options, if I have optionality, I have red button control. I have red button control. You don't like my terms? You don't like the terms that Bolt Storage offers to their investors? That's fine. No disrespect, but I'm pushing the red button and I'm moving on. You don't have control over me. You don't have power over me. And that's an amazing place to be as you build a career. A career is all about leverage. At first, you're saying yes to everything. You have people who you're dependent on. You have people who do have green button power over you.
as you go on, as you get better, as you get more capital, as you get better networked, as you get access to the things you need to build businesses, which is talent, customers, and capital, as you have more and more access to those things, you become less and less dependent on any one person. And that's how leverage grows. And this kind of is a long way of saying that I have a no asshole rule. I have enough leverage in my life that I never have to work with assholes. Turns out that a lot of people are bullies. They are emotionally manipulative. They're rude. They stress you out. There's customers that stress you out. There's customers that are entitled. There's customers that are mean to your employees. And you know, if you run a business, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now. It's that one customer that acts mean, is grumpy, acts pissed off about your service, and you always feel like shit when that phone rings and it's that customer. You see their name on the top of your phone and you get a sinking feeling in your gut. But you have to push the green button. You have to push that green button. And look, I've been in the situation where I've had to push the green button many times. But as you grow, as you build your business, as you build your career, a no asshole rule. Okay, you're going to be an investor in Bolt Storage, but you're going to send a mean email to me, or you're going to complain about something or other that's kind of ridiculous, or you're just going to come at me with a snappy tone all the time. Guess what? We're not going to have you in any more of our deals. And if you want to get bought out, we'll just buy you out. We'll find another investor to replace you. We don't need that. We don't have time for that stress. And you can very politely convey these things. Hey, look, this is not how we do business. Call them up. Hey, they send you a rude email. Call them up. Hey, just want to let you know, like, why did what's going on? Tell me how you feel. Oh, you don't like this? Oh, yeah. Well, let's not do this anymore. Let's not do business anymore. Why don't you just what would you want for your shares? We'll find a replacement partner. This is not if we're under delivering, we want to go ahead and just cut this off. No more working together. Then they're kind of put in their place. Oh, I can't treat Nick that way. I can't bully somebody. I can't bully this person. But people do it all the time. Bosses do it to employees. Investors do it to capital partners. And customers do it to companies. They bully them. You need to grow your business and your life and design your life to have a no asshole rule and be able to push that red button whenever you want.
Before you go, we have a new sponsor of the show, recostseg.com. And if you bought a piece of real estate, you need to get a cost segregation study done. It's what allows you to get all that sweet, sweet bonus depreciation, and it's how real estate investors like me and many others pay almost nothing in taxes on an annual basis. You can cost seg a single family rental, a short-term rental, or a large commercial property. recostseg.com is affordable and aggressive and super fast to turn them around. They've done 10 plus cost segs for me this year. They're going to do many more for me. Visit recostseg.com to learn more.